Hello, students of class 10th. How are you? I hope you all are fine. So, dear students, today I am here with another chapter in your Footprints Without Feet supplementary reader. That is chapter 7, The Necklace, written by Q.J. Maupassant. Dear students, first you all take out your book and open chapter number 7 and page number 39. So you all please take out your supplementary reader Footprints Without Feet and open page number 7. So I hope you are ready to begin. So dear students, the story which we are going to read, this story is about a woman whose name is Matilda. Matilda in this story is a poor lady, but she wants to live her life like a rich one. Once she invited for a party. In order to show herself beautiful, she borrowed a necklace from her friend. While returning from party, she loses the necklace somewhere else, and thus this losing of necklace changed her whole life. Now the lady who wanted to become the richest one becomes the poorest one. Okay, so let us read out this beautiful chapter which also gives us a very important message. Okay students, so let us read out and enjoy. Matilda is invited to a grand party. She has a beautiful dress but no jewelry. Matilda is invited to a grand party. She has a beautiful dress but no jewelry. She borrows a necklace from a friend. Then she borrows a necklace from a friend of her and loses it. What happens then? So let us read out and come to know what happens when she loses that necklace which she borrowed from one of her friend. Read and find out what kind of a person Madame Loisel, why she always unhappy, what kind of person is her husband. Okay, so what kind of person Matilda Loisel is, and what kind of person is her husband. So let us go through these paragraphs and find out answers to these questions. Before moving on, let me write some difficult words and their meanings from this page. Okay, so please note them down. I am going to write some difficult words and their meanings. You had better to write down these meanings in your book, so that while revision, when you will come across those words, suddenly you will get to know the meanings. Okay, Students, so take out a pencil and get ready to write the meanings of some difficult words from this from this page. Okay, page number 39. First word is pity. P-E-T-T-Y. P-E-T-T-Y. Pity means unimportant, or small. Pity means unimportant or small. Next word is incessantly. Incessantly means continuously. Incessantly means continuously. Next word, delicacies. Delicacies means highly desirable. Highly desirable. Okay. Next word, tureen. It's a kind of dish. A kind of dish. A dish. Next word is pot pie. Pot pie. It's kind of sweet. Next one, elegant. Elegant. Elegant means graceful, good, attractive. Okay, graceful, good, or attractive style. Okay, so please note them down, beta. Pity means unimportant or small. Incessantly means continuously. Delicacies means highly desirable. Tureen, a kind of dish. And pot pie also a kind of sweet. Elegant means graceful, good, or attractive smile. Okay, graceful, sorry. Okay, students, so I hope you have written all these words and their meanings. Should we start now? Okay. She was one of those pretty young ladies born as if through an error of destiny into a family of clerks. So author says that she was one of those pretty young ladies born as if through an error of destiny into a family of clerks. Writer says the protagonist, the main character, Matilda in this story, she was supposed to born in a rich family, But it was error of destiny that she was born in the family of clerks, as though it was error of destiny. That is why she was born in family of clerks. She had no dowry, no hopes, no means of becoming known, loved, and married by a man either rich or distinguished, as she allowed herself to marry a petty clerk in the office of the Board of Education. She had no dowry as she was not rich, so she had no dowry, she had no hopes, no means of becoming known, no means of becoming famous, no means of becoming loved, and that is why no means of getting married to a rich person, to a famous person, as she was poor, so she could not marry with the richest person, and she allowed herself to marry a petty clerk in the office of the board of education. And that is why, because of these circumstances, she allowed herself to marry with a small, unimportant, clerk, a petty clerk, a small clerk in the office of Board of Education. Students, so we have seen the lady was supposed to born in a rich family, but it might be the error of destiny that she was born in a poor family. She had no means of becoming rich. She had no means of getting married to the richest person. So that is why she allowed to marry with a petty clerk, a small clerk in the office of Board of Education. She suffered incessantly, feeling herself born for all delicacies and luxuries. She suffered continuously as she got married with a petty clerk. So that is why she had been suffering continuously, feeling herself born for all delicacies and luxuries. So feeling herself that she was born for highly desirable things. So she was thinking that she was born for highly desirable things and luxury. She was not supposed to enjoy that life in which she was living. She was not supposed to be a poor lady, a part of the poor family. She had highest desires. She wanted to live like the people of highest rank. She suffered from the poverty of her apartment, the shabby walls and the worn chairs. The lady was suffering the poverty of her apartment. The wall of the apartment was shabby, was ugly. The walls were ugly, they were shabby, and worn chairs. And chairs were old, they were broken. Worn means. All these things tortured and angered her. So when she saw all those things in her apartment, it was making her, you know, angered. It was torturing her. She did not like it. So, dear students, we have seen that the lady, the protagonist in this story, Matilda, she wanted to be the richest one, but it was error of destiny. This term can be used here. It was her, error of destiny. Because of that, she was born in a poor family. But she was supposed to be a rich family. So that is why she was suffering mentally. She was suffering because she used to think that she would be the richest one. She wanted to live life like people of high rank, like the richest one. So whenever she looked at those walls of her apartment and worn out chair, the broken chair, she got angry. She did not like all these things. When she seated herself for dinner opposite her husband, who uncovered the tureen with a delighted air, saying, "Oh, the good pot pie, I know nothing better than that." So when her husband, during the dinner, when he used to uncovered the dish tureen with a delighted air and saying that, "Oh, the good pot pie, I would nothing better than that," she would think of elegant dinners. Then she used to think of, think about attractive dinners. So, good dinners, tasty dinners, dinners which the, rich people eat. So, he used to think about such types of dishes. Of shining silver, dinner which is eaten, in shining silvers, in silver utensils. She thought of the exquisite food served in marvelous dishes. She was thinking that the beautiful dishes, the delicious dishes are being served with marvelous, served in marvelous dishes. Okay. She had neither forks nor jewels, nothing. So now the lady had neither fork nor jewels, and she was thinking that she should eat in silver dishes, in a which is served in a marvelous, in a beautiful way, the delicious dishes which the richest people would eat. So she wanted to have her dinner in such a way. But she had neither forks nor jewels, nothing. And she loved only those things. Yes, she loved only those things. She loved only the things which are possessed by the people of high rank, the rich people. She was not satisfied with her present condition. Okay, she used to think always that she should be the richest one. It was her dream to live life like the richest one, like a rich person. So how she used to think during dinner, so we have gone through. Now look at the next paragraph. She had a rich friend, a schoolmate at the convent, who she did not like to visit. She suffered so much when she returned. She had a rich friend, a schoolmate at the convent, and she did not like to visit her house because whenever she visited her house, she got unhappy, she got hurt because she was rich and Matilda wasn't. Who she did not like to visit, she suffered so much when she returned. So why did she suffer so much when she returned? Because after returning, she used to compare herself to that friend. So that is why he was suffering, okay, mentally. She wept for whole days from despair and disappointment. So because she was poor but she wanted to be the richest one, so that is why she used to weep whole days, okay, in despair and disappointment. One evening her husband returned elated, bearing in his hand a large envelope. One day her husband returned happily, having an envelope in his hand. Here he said, here is something for you. So showing that envelope, he said to Matilda that here is something for you. So now turn your book to the next page. Page number 40. She quickly drew out a printed card on which were inscribed these words. So happily, out of excitement, her husband, he took out a printed card quickly from that envelope, on which what words were written. The Minister of Public Instruction and Madame George Rampon asked the honor of M. Loisel's company Monday evening, January 18, at the minister's residence. So it was an invitation card in which both husband and wife, they were invited in a party of minister. Instead of being delighted as her husband had hoped, she threw the invitation spitefully. So instead of being happy, being delighted as her husband expected, she threw the invitation spitefully. She threw the invitation away in jealousy upon the table, murmuring, and while she was throwing, she was murmuring, "What do you suppose I want with that?" So she said, What do you suppose I want? I would be happy when I would see this card. What do you think? What do you suppose? But my dearie, I thought it would make you happy. Husband said that I thought this card would make you happy. You never go out, and this is an occasion, and a fine one. Everybody wishes one, and it is very selected. Not many are given to employees. He said, only a few people received this card. Not all the employees received this card. Only a few people, only a few selected people received this invitation. And I am one of them. You will see the whole official world there. And further, he added that if you will go to the party, you will see the whole official world there. She looked at him with an irritated eye and declared impatiently. Then Matilda, she looked at her husband with an irritated eye and declared impatiently. What did she say impatiently? What do you suppose I have to wear to such a thing as that? She said, what do you suppose I would wear for this grand party of the richest one? What do you suppose I would wear for the party? So, dear students, mark till here. So, this is all about today's class. In my next class, I will explain a few more paragraphs of this chapter, of this beautiful chapter. So, dear students, in this story, what we have discussed today, so let us go through it once again. In this story, Matilda is a woman who wants to be the richest one, but she is born in a poor family. In a poor family of clerks. But she is not satisfied with her condition. She wants to live luxurious life. But as her parents had no dowry, so that is why she allowed herself to marry with a small clerk in the board of education. But she was not happy with her present condition with her husband, because she used to think the lives of the people of high rank, the people who are rich. She always thinks about those lives only. When she looks around, she finds shabby walls, ugly walls of her apartment, broken chairs, old chairs, which makes her irritated. Her one classmates is the richest one, whom she does not want to visit because she is a rich lady. because when she returns after visiting her, when she comes back, she thinks about her, she compares her condition to that lady, and it makes her unhappy. That is why she does not want to visit her house. One day, her husband gets an invitation from his office. It was a party of minister. She thought that Matilda would be happy when she would see the card. But it doesn't happen. When she looks the card, she says she has nothing to wear for that party. So that is why she is not willing to go to the party. Okay, students. So it's all about today's video. In my next video, I'll explain a few more paragraphs of this chapter. So please keep it revised and use these difficult words in your own words. So thank you, students, for watching the video.